더 리얼 피아노가 무료 배포 중입니다. 약 4만원 꿀템이에요. 피아노 가사악기입니다. 용량이 약 2기가예요. 스테레오, 모노, 페달 등을 조절해 원하는 사운드 디자인을 할 수 있습니다. 로파이, R&B, 가요, 밴드 음악 하시는 분들이 사용하기 좋아요. 다운받는 부분 더보기에 있습니다. 무료 컨택을 지원해요. 플레이드 코드가 61% 할인 중입니다. 저렴할 때 득템하세요. L1이 80% 할인 중입니다. 마스터링 꿀템이에요. 음악 올릴 때 쓰면 좋습니다. 레벨이 부족한 보컬을 사용해도 레알 꿀이에요. 인풋, 세레숄드 등을 조절해 원하는 레벨 값을 만들 수 있습니다. 울티메이트 1년 구독 20% 할인 중입니다. 저렴할 때 득템하세요.
You have your dither. I keep it at 10-1. You have your T1. Then you have your shaping. I kind of keep it here. And you have your domain, whether it's digital, analog, or true peak. I kind of leave it at digital. So I'll show you guys what I use this for. I like to use this plug-in when I'm really mixing with 2-track beats. Oftentimes artists, they don't have beat track outs. They have 2-track beats that just they're weak. They don't knock enough. Certain things aren't mixed well. Certain things are off. So I like to pull up this L1 and just kind of glue things, make them tighter. Just kind of make things cohesive with this limiter, man. Bring it up the volume, but not just turning up the volume. It turns up, and like I said, it just glues everything together. So I'll play this beat without it. That's the beat. That's the beat without it right there. So now let's turn this on and let's go ahead and play this beat.
팹필터 프로 Q3가 25% 할인 중입니다. 불법 최저가예요. 할인을 잘 안합니다. 레알 EQ 꿀템이에요. 국내 많은 프로듀서분들이 즐겨 사용하는 플러그인입니다. EQ 컴포너의 효과를 한 번에 먹일 수 있어요. 팹필터 불프 세일이 최대 25% 할인 중입니다. 저렴할 때 득템하세요.
Okay, so that's a little bit sort of honky there. I'll just reduce that down, make it fairly narrow. Usually you're looking for something in the bass as well. You can hear that booming out there. Okay. And that's great. And I would probably do that in much more detail under normal circumstances. And as I mentioned earlier, I will usually pop in a high shelf to give it some sparkle. So let's do that and have a listen. I might have gone a little bit overboard there, but you get the gist. So that is all fairly the same as what I'm getting in my previous version. Again, probably no real reason for me to upgrade at this point, but I have to say the best is yet to come. So let's start off with something which is completely new to this version, and that is dynamic EQ. Now, dynamic EQ is one of those things, if you go now and Google it and look at it on Wikipedia and you read the explanation, you may well be confused.
버추얼 피아니스트 번들이 50% 할인 중입니다. 불프 최저가예요. 자동 연주가 가능합니다. 곡전기에 알맞은 패턴을 쉽고 빠르게 만들 수 있어요. 초보자도 간단하게 피아노 라인을 만들 수 있습니다. 라운지 리저드가 55% 할인 중입니다. 저렴할 때 득템하세요.
Type bling pianos, but it would take you ages to program a piano part. So let's do this most basic of piano parts with the universal style. It's a real piano performance with human timing that adapts to your input. No skills needed other than pressing single keys. you could essentially throw bricks at your keyboard. But since that's the most basic example, obviously it doesn't stop there. Harmless as the style section may look, I would like to argue that it has one of the most sophisticated frameworks of musical intelligence under the hood. See, as a piano player myself, I believe that playing pop piano poses some rather specific questions. For example, if you've ever played in a band, you've probably noticed that the bassist doesn't like your left hand to fill up his bass range. So the style variations follow the usual amount of aliens U-jam logic, plus the further left you go, the less of a left hand there is. Of course, there's keys for individual accents, then fill-ins. Pianists love to play fill-ins. In general, piano is often played in a somewhat fluid, ever-changing way. Thus, you can modulate the dynamics in real time with the pitch wheel. But much fancier even, you can add or reduce complexity with the modulation wheel.
RC22 50% 할인 중입니다. 불프 최저가예요. 레알 믹마 꿀템입니다. 빈티지한 사운드를 만들 때 쓰기 좋아요. 시티팝, 레트로, 로파이, 붐백 등 다양한 장르에 활용할 수 있습니다. 조작도 상당히 간단해요. 믹스체커 프로가 60% 할인 중입니다. 저렴할 때 득템하세요.
The other nice thing about RC20 is you have this little EQ portion down here, so you can do some tone shaping at the end of your signal chain. If you really want to go for that lo-fi thing, you can play around with these filters. This tone shaper knob here also comes in super handy when you're doing some like last minute mixing tweaks. Hey, real quick, if you are enjoying today's video, please do hit that like button for me. And if you're new around here, definitely consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell. Anyways, let's get back to the video. A lot of times when I'm working with a new idea and I'm just kind of sketching some stuff down, working with some samples, playing around with some different parts, adding RC20 into the mix can be a really nice way to just kind of get into the vibe of the track. This synth part here is pretty dry sounding, but pulling up RC20, add in some effects, we go from this.
AFD3가 60% 할인 중입니다. 불프 최저가예요. 레알 드럼 꿀템입니다. 밴드 음악, 락, 가요 하시는 분들에게 강추하는 악기예요. 사운드 퀄리티가 상당히 좋습니다. 웨이스 MM-1이 64% 할인 중입니다. 저렴할 때 득템하세요.